Day 19, and we are still cleaning the property and getting the scrub out of the way, making plans for the bathrooms, kitchen area. But today, we're going to talk about Mexico. And if you didn't see it in the videos that I put in here before, if you have a big vehicle like this one behind me, this giant ass RV, you might not want to drive it down Highway 5 because you may end up flipping it or getting hit head on by an 18-wheeler. I didn't die, so still I'm here. So that's good. But regardless, Mexico, for those of you who are watching who may live in Canada or US, is not either one of those countries. And what I'm learning over the past 19 days is that culturally they operate in a lot of subtly really different ways. For example, it is a cash-based society for sure. They really, in Baja anyway, in this realm, they really don't give a shit about American money or Canadian money. They want pesos. If you're paying people for stuff, if you're doing labor, getting people to do labor for you. And also when you go to restaurants or you go to shops, they do not want American money. They want pesos. And they also want you to speak Spanish. And there isn't a lot of English here. If you can't or don't want to speak Spanish while you're here, I would say don't come here. But I would also say that if you don't want or don't know Spanish, because I don't know Spanish, I know basics, is just go to a boutique hotel that is all inclusive, and then you won't need to, because you won't really operate within the society. You won't really go to small little towns and stuff like that unless you go to like specific English speaking ones where they just cater to people who are not Mexican or who can't speak Spanish. But what they really respect here is the attempt. And if you learn to say, I can't speak Spanish, but I'm trying. So when I say, yo hablo español, and then I see mi pequeño. See, I'm really good at that. And then they laugh at me, and then they go, pardon, sorry. And then I say, I'm trying. And then I give them this look of like, please help me. Especially when I'm in banks, when I'm dealing with cell phone companies, when I'm dealing with laborers, we just do a lot of hand signals. And then I get the basics, like key words, mañana, tomorrow, cuánto, which is like, how much is the bill, quiero, yo quiero, I want, yo quiero, taco or whatever. And then greet them in Spanish as well. That helps. The attempt is really what makes people like you. And if you don't attempt it, they don't like it. And because it just shows a lack of respect for the culture here and for them. So I've noticed that. And I want to be, as a foreigner, I want to be very respectful to them and their culture. And they're really nice people. They're really, really great people. They're very friendly. For example, I wave to everyone when I drive in this, because there's smaller towns in here, but I'm always just waving and they love it. They wave back. They're not self-absorbed like, I'm not going to mention who, but as a culture. But it's really good. It just shows them that you're like, hey, you notice them, whatever, that sort of thing. Give them a nod, that sort of thing. Hola, saying hola to everyone, which is hello, obviously, is very tactful as well. So really, really friendly down here. Once you show that you respect their culture and you respect their language and you're trying. Yeah, and my Spanish is terrible. Like I have very, very, very little. So I have someone here that I've hired to be my interpreter, to be my translator, and so because I need to get stuff done really quickly, and I'm doing labor. Like I'm hiring people for labor, and I'm building this place out. So I do need to get stuff done. So that's why I hired someone to help me translate. And it's very expensive, very inexpensive actually, to actually have someone do that as a business owner. It's not a huge expense. So it's really good, and it can help you in all sorts of ways. Get a lot of things done very quickly that you would, if you didn't know Spanish and didn't know the area, you would struggle greatly. The other thing I will say is that, and this may not be true for others who have been to Mexico or Baja, is there's a bluntness to English that I don't think that they, or like a harshness or like a coldness that isn't appreciated here either. So I'm learning that there's a level of niceties and politeness and a higher level of respect that I'm putting in my language, so that I don't unintentionally offend them. But again, as long as you have a good intentions, they can see that generally, and they're very cool with that. So if you make a mistake of being too harsh or too blunt, then but you still have good intentions, then they'll see that. But you should be extra careful about being super nice to them, because it's not your country, it's their country. And so that's what I'm learning. It's a really good lesson. What else about Mexico? The food is less expensive. I don't know if I said that or not. And the gasoline is cheaper than Canada, and probably about the same as the US, maybe a little less than the US. And yeah, otherwise, it's amazing here. It's beautiful. The weather is amazing. Sleeping at night, nice weather for sleeping, and the ocean is clean and beautiful, which I've probably said every single time I've done a video, but the ocean is amazing here. That is it for today.